Okay, boys and girls, let's play with MyUI as a plugin. We get a nice little HUD up here. I'm a warrior, so I don't have mana, but it would show hit point and mana as an option. And then you get a nice little toolbar. You can toggle different windows open and close. You can resize, rescale, etc. Lock the window when you're ready. We got a player target bar. We got a pet window. I'm on a warrior, I don't need it. Group window. Raid, I'm not in a raid right now, but if I was, it would show up. I want buffs on. I don't care about songs, but there they are. Spells don't matter. Again, I'm a warrior. Casting bar is nice because of items. XP bars, this is the old AA party window, so it'll show you XP, AA rating, or settings, and all of that fun stuff. You can increase and decrease your AA percent settings. There's my inventory. These bottom three actually are toggleable up here, so they don't save, but any of these ones will save, and you can lock the windows through this window. There's also in my inventory key combo, so I can set up hotkeys for my inventory. Currently it's set to Control I. I do the same thing for big bag. Right now I just have it as middle mouse. And for item tracker, it looks like it is Control T. Yes, Control T. You can have up to 3 modifier keys, a key and or a mouse. I think mouse only offers middle or none. Complete bar customization. So if I wanted to change stuff on any window, you pick the window and then you pick the bar. Say I don't want to do vertical. It'll mess everything up in here right now, but I could change colors and these will change on the fly. So you can see how the progress will look or how the whatever. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I can revert this because I haven't saved, so I can say, yeah, reset, or just go up here to revert. Um, Revert will also close the settings window. Now, there's a copy this, so I can pick a different character and move stuff to that, or I can pick a style like I want this bar to be the same. Let's move it to my hit point bar. Boom, hit point bar just took on all the same aspects as this one. Again, I can revert that real quick because I haven't clicked save. You can pick a different character to work on. I don't have any loaded right now because this does have actors. So if I was to do the same command, but we'll pass it to everybody. G. Now everybody's loaded it. At which point I can select a different character and start editing there. This will change color to tell you you're working on a different character and then give you this nice little warning. And when you click save, it'll send those settings over to that character. There's also a handy dandy copy settings window, so I can pick a source person. In this case, we'll pick myself. So what am I? Grim Warrior? Yeah, Grim Warrior. This is all the characters in the database because all the settings are saved in a database. And you can multiple select. So if I wanted to, I could pick a bunch of different people and pass that same config to all of them. Or I can go in and say, no, I just want to copy that section. And if I find a second, right now everybody's kind of got the same config, but it'll color code show you any differences between yours and the other person's. I think pet bar might be the best one to look at because this character doesn't have a pet. So yeah, if we go down here to like visibility, these other guys have it enabled. This guy doesn't. If I changed it, they would all go to not visible. Theming, similar to themes, everything is, I gave you a couple of presets. Forest is one I was just playing around with, but you can open up the theme editor. It looks exactly like the Lua. Functions mostly the same. If you want to take a theme and then change the name and save it, it'll create a new theme. So if I name this one nature, we'll say, and then click save, well, now I have a new one. So I have forest and nature, and I can begin editing on nature if I want. If I decide, well, I don't like that theme. Oh, also, while you're editing a theme, everything will become a live version of that for you to look at, even though you didn't change your theme. So my actual theme isn't this. we're just seeing that right now. If I close this window, actually let's do this because I was actually on that. So we'll pick that. I open this. If I go to say forest, I'm editing forest, but when I close this, it goes back to gray. That's what I was getting at. Also, I can go in and say, oh, I don't want that nature one because I was just playing around and delete it and it's gone. And again, when I close this, it goes back to gray. Let's see, so we got the themes, toggles. We have some options. You can turn on like the moon and stars. This applies to all the toggles. You can animate them. So if you have the moon and stars on, animate it, it'll rotate. Or you can just animate it when you hover. So only the one animates. I haven't added colors. You can adjust the widths if you want. For 0 is an auto width. So height, same thing. Just whatever you feel like doing there. Display settings. Each window has a different set of various settings. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory, but we're going to go through them from the top. Layer window. Do I want to have the pulsing? Hey, you want to attack things? This is yes or no. No gets rid of the highlight bar though. Pulse leaves it there. Do you want to show the target or no? Do you want to split the target out to its own window? You can do that as well. So now my target's its own window, or I can put it back. Pet window, I'm on a warrior again, but you can change what buttons appear. So if I switch over to like, oh, where's Grim Pets? Grim Pets, my mage. I can go in here, go down to his pet window display, and turn off buttons that I don't want. So you can tweak this how you want. This is totally adjustable. You can hide the buttons if you want to, or you can hide the buffs if you want to. I don't think you would ever want to hide both. Let's go back over here. Group window, show distance, show endurance, show level. I mean, they're pretty straightforward. Show the mana bars or not. Show movement status, that'll change. Right now, these guys are standing. If they're sitting, you get the little orange moon, similar to the other version. Show whether or not they have a pet on the group window. You can turn the pet vertical or horizontal. When you do horizontal, you might have to go into bars and tweak it. So if I went into here, go to group, go to pet, you need to adjust the width. So you just set that back to 0. Because if I was to go into here and make it vertical, well, that's too wide. So I'd have to come in here and just adjust the width down to where I want it, which is about 14 or 13, wherever you want. While we're looking at it, this is a vertical bar, so we want a vertical gradient because a horizontal gradient looks a little silly. Turn off the gradient if you want, and it'll transfer just between those colors. Dynamic versus static. Dynamic, the whole bar is going to rescale with the gradient. Static is going to clip it so that this whole thing is the gradient and you just see where you're at. That's up to personal preference there. You can also do a diagonal, so top left to bottom right, or top right to bottom left. That's actually easier to see on a horizontal bar, so let's go to hit points. We'll make it a little fatter so we can look. This is just temporary, because again, I haven't saved, so we can go back. So there you go, top right to bottom left, top left to bottom right. It just does a diagonal gradient instead of a horizontal or a vertical one. And a vertical one on some windows looks okay on a horizontal bar and vice versa. It's up to personal preference. Text. So right now, because all of these use actors, let me scale this back down to the right side. Everything uses actors, so we can get actual data on our group members as well as raid members. So you have a choice. You can show a percentage or nothing or the actual values, as well as scale the text. It's in there. I'm just going to set this back to 1. Control click will let you just type in what you want. Yeah, that's text. We have a border option. Do you want a border on there? And if you do, how thick and what color? I have a mostly alpha border that's gray, so you don't really notice it too much, but it's enough to give it some definition. And then below that we have, oops, the effects. Do you want percentage ticks on there or not? If you do, what percent? Right now I'm at 20%, so you get 5 ticks or 5 sections. You can scale that down to 10% if you want, 5%, whatever you want to do. It just adds more or less. Again, control click for finer or precise detail, just type it in. You can make them thicker or thinner. See, I don't really see any going below 0.5. And you can adjust how much they show up on the bar with the alpha. Again, we'll just go say revert and click back in here. The shimmer, that's this guy that glows across, and this is per bar, so you can turn these on and off. Turn back on the shimmer. We can make it go faster or slower, as well as how wide do you want that shimmer to be as it scrolls across. It can be really narrow, or it's just a line, or you can fatten it out so it looks like a little glow. Same thing with glow. Glow is attaches to the end here, so you can make your glow thicker or thinner, and you can adjust how bright that glow is or how faded it is, how much it just accents things. Again, we'll close that because I didn't feel like keeping those settings. And again, you can do the same thing for the raid, your casting bar. Also, the casting bar one is a little bit more special. There's a force show button here. So like on a warrior, I can say, hey, I want to see this bar. And currently, that bar looks locked. So let's unlock it. There we go. And it's not going to let me resize it because it's a preview. So I have to actually cast a spell with an item for this character. We'll relock that. And where were we? Bars. Yeah, so we'll turn that back off. XP bars. Again, you can change the gradients. You can change all of the same things. There is an air or breath meter that'll show up if you're underwater. I think that's all the bar stuff. Yeah, nothing funky extra. It's just all pretty standard. Scaling, you can scale text on a window as in general, and that'll apply to all the text on the window. Or you can also scale icons. So like right here, I have this down. I had it like 0.8 for 80% of what the default is, and then this I usually just keep it at 1. If I need to read more, I'll come back in and adjust it. And again, this is for every window. Some things have other settings in the display. So we just went through group, raid. There we go. If you're in a raid, let me choose this. Kick this guy out of the group. Target. I'll just switch character. All right. Who did I just lose? I don't even know. We'll raid invite you. Okay, now we have a raid. The current raid is enough people, but we only have Control Shift R, open up the raid window, put him in a group because he's currently on group. So we're going to move or lock group 2. Perfect. Now he's in group 2, and I can in here adjust the tile width. So a tile is this, like how wide the group is. And if it's shallow enough, you'll fit the next group next to it. So you'll keep the empty spot knowing that group had an empty spot, and group 2 will draw up there, group 3 will come down here, etc. It'll fill. If I pulled this out, if I made the bar wider, I could fit more groups that way. Otherwise they'll stack above each other. So that's the group window. I'm going to throw you back in here just because I like the tab effect. The group window, or the raid window, you can also enable all of the same things on the bars. I just turned off the text part because I like the thinner bars when I have a group or a raid. There's usually more groups, and I just like the smaller window. Yeah, so that'll be your raid window. Let's go back over here. Buffs, icon only view, show only my group or show all people that are talking through actors, as well as if you turn off icon view, you get this. And then if you don't want to see the time, you can hide it. You cannot hide the name of the icon. These do accept a right click, so you can remove block or inspect. Inspect opens the in-game window. I personally like the icon view because I can see everybody at once, but this one will let you just pick the person you want to look at the buffs for. Songs acts the same as buffs, with the exception that the song window does have a toggle for show timer. Spells, let's go switch over to a caster here. Now look at spells. It's currently not set up for a drag and rearrange, but on here, spells, I can make it horizontal. So at least you get that. Right clicking an empty slot brings up the spell picker. We added tooltips to them, so different spells will give you all the different tooltips. Clicking will mem the spell in the slot you clicked it from. You can also right click to replace a spell or clear a gem. Yeah, and that works fairly well. Settings just brings open up the settings spell picker window. This is just like clicking your book, but you're just opening this. It doesn't let you know what slot though. It's just for looking things up because if I try to mem a spell, it doesn't have a slot to tie it to. Yeah, go back over here. That spells XP bar. You want to alphabetically sort your characters or use them in the group order. That's up to you. You want to auto resize. Auto resize is a funny thing. So if I did an auto resize and then we loaded a new group, it would be a vertical column because it doesn't know to go wide. So what I like to do is I turn auto resize off. I go to the window in question. I think it's locked. You go to the window in question. I scale it how I want my bars to be. So if I wanted them 3 wide, that's fine. I go oversize because then when you click auto size, it'll clamp and then just turn it back off so you can still readjust later and it'll remember this size next load. If that was, again, still an auto size next load, actually I can demonstrate that right now. Let's leave auto size on. We'll save these, we'll close this, and we'll do plugin MyUI unload, and then plugin MyUI. It stacks them back into a vertical column because it doesn't know that we want, like it's set to auto resize and it hasn't built everything yet. So it's going to resize to 1, then 2, then 3, etc. If I turn that back off, this will let you scale it out to the size. If I turn off my group only, it'll show everybody. If you turn off the show leader, it just literally just shows or turns off the show leader and groups you all together. If I turn on show leader though, it'll differentiate groups. And whether or not you want a tooltip, you can turn that on and off too. Similar to the old or the Lua version, right click will just compact this down if you just care about how many AA you have. And then a right click will expand this so you can adjust, go to maximum. So that'll take you to 100, that'll take you to 50, that'll take you back to the bottom, hit 0, or you can jump in 10% increments. Perfect. That is the XP bars, and turn that tooltip back on. I like it. I don't really care about that. My AA, so that's up here. You can click it to open it. Basically just your AA window. You can make a hotkey and it'll make the hotkey, as well as I'm on a character with no AA points, so I can't buy anything, but I have tested this on a character that does have AA points. This server is a home server and I just grant all AA, but yes, it does function. You select it, it'll give you all the information. For some of the ones where there's like actual spell effect changes, those will be broken out down below. Trying to remember the ones that do that. Yeah, there you go. That'll give you the spell. Tenacity will tell you all the details of what that does as well. And then you can add a confirmation window to the purchases. You can show trainable only, and those are up here too. You can do only tradable, only ones I can purchase, or search. Search works. So Origin's not on that tab, but it is on that tab. Yeah. It also keeps track of available points, spent points, total points. This is how many you've spent per tab. Again, these are auto granted, so I didn't spend any actually. Over here we have the HUD. HUD's up here. Do you want to show hit point mana or not? The HUD shows you status effects like stunned, rooted, snared, res effects, as well as like there's a sitting. If you click it while you're sitting, it'll make you stand. That's about the only button click on here. You can open settings, you can lock the HUD, and you can toggle like that's cool. My inventory, again, this is up here. You can either click the button, you can use a hotkey, tooltips on everything, and you get your bags. You can lock each bag. So all of these bags have actually already been opened and locked into a position as I was testing that. I actually have this in here to make it, whatever. So that works. You can escape to close if it's the focused window. Because I clicked a different window in the middle that lost its focus. You can control click, it'll inspect the in-game inspection. You can shift click, right click that is, it'll give you the custom inspection window. Clicking an augment will bring up its inspection window as well as highlighting or just tool tipping over it will show you what effects that gave you on top of. So this is all of the stats with the augment, and then that's how much was added by the augment. Another cool feature, let's open up something here. We'll do this, we'll do a shift right click. And if I open up Big Bag, which is also in the list, and go to Augments tab, there's the normal tab. If I did add a dim unusable because of the way I like this better than the highlight usable with the green overlay. So this just darkens everything that you can't use and keeps the stuff you can popped out. Kind of nice. So I can go in here and be like, all right, well, I want this. Well, if I pick up, so this is blue, it's an empty augment slot. If I pick up an augment that I can put in that slot, it'll turn green. And then I can drop the augment. So let's say I want this guy. I click it. Do you want to insert it? Yes or no? If I say no, nothing happens. If I say yes, confirmation window pops, gets accepted, it drops it into the slot, and now we have the +6 got added, the tooltip updated. Super handy, makes life easy when you're adding OGs. I haven't bothered adding in the remove and destroy aspects yet. That'll come later. Do you want the background on your slots or no? Do you want auto inventory available or no? Picking up coins does work, so I can do that and drop them back in there. Let's see, destroy also works. Don't want to destroy anything at the moment. Big bag, pretty straightforward like normal. You can sort by all the different things, type, name, stack. Doesn't stack all of the different ones. I prefer to go type. Makes it a little easier. Or however you want, like, whatever. It'll rearrange and sort everything for you. Again, dim unusable. You can still search. The items now have a category dropdown, so if I just want to see weapons, I can show weapons, ranged items, charms, ears. I don't have any clear. Okay, they got a bunch of necklaces and some ranged items, yeah. Or just go back to all. Clickies, still the same. Gives you a clicky, shows you what the spell does. If it's a clicky, obviously it has a spell. There's an augments tab, bank. I haven't been to the bank and my bank is empty, so it's just going to be blank anyway. In the details tab, say I select a couple of items. I don't even know if any of these are going to be tradable, but I select some. I have a do targeted. I can say trade selected. It'll run over and it will trade all of those items. Quick and painless. Yeah, that's Big Bag. Again, just more stuff duplicated into the settings that are also on the window. I already went over toggles. I think that is everything. Oh, but I didn't cover an important key feature. So on Big Bag, it'll show you at the top how many empty slots you have left. So you have 3 slots, so 11. Um, Inventory, when you're in the inventory, if you right click an item, it'll tell you the name of the item. You can click again to pop open that if you didn't want to do a shift right click. But it'll also show you the items below that you have that you can put there, as well as how bad it's going to change your stats. So in this case, my AC is going to go down to 6 because I'll lose 8. This is going to give me 6 AC. I'm going to lose 8. I don't gain any hit points, so I lose 35. I gain 3 strength, so I wind up going down by 1. Dex down by 2, etc., etc. And then here, I'm gaining 30 mana. I'm gaining 1 extra strength and 5 extra stamina while also losing those other stats. Yeah, pretty straightforward. And if I do decide to switch an item, just right click and select it. Boom, done. I already switched. So quick, so painless. Just happens for you. Um, I think that is everything now. Ciao.